Fentanyl Tester begins with a sample of Milkshake by Khalees, the noughties R&B classic about the irresistible essence of a woman. But here, it isn't just love that makes the guys go crazy. JPEGMAFIA begins his verse by rattling off a series of material goods and illicit substances that might have the same mind-altering effect, putting the song's title into perspective. The arrangement snarls and stutters, vocal chops and percussion stumbling over each other as thick, distorted bass notes ooze into the gaps. Half a minute in, after a jagged snare is added on the backbeat, a white noise downer marks the start of a new section. Peggy's line here, "I wanna rock right now," alludes to the 80s rap classic It Takes Two. Besides the link to the current album's collaborative nature, that track is notable for its use of the iconic vocal loop from Lynn Collins' song Think About It, which has been sampled countless times over the decades. But instead of doing the same here, Peggy drops a jaunty synth line, the timbre and melodic contour of which recall the Nintendo Wii theme music. By shying away from that loop so cheekily, he pulls the rug out from underneath us, acknowledging hip-hop history while emphasizing his own idiosyncratic production choices. Still, he doesn't hold off for long. When Danny Brown's verse enters, with a line that echoes a song from the Scarface soundtrack, he does so over a clattering beat. This resembles the Think Break, a wordless loop from Collins' song that's beloved by jungle and drum and bass artists. To cynics, this change in texture may seem abrupt and directionless. In context though, we've already had a subtle but meaningful hint that it might be on its way. The minute-long outro is proof that Peggy wanted to make the most of the Khalees sample. We've already seen how the lyrics subvert the meaning, and how the vocals are flipped, cut up and muddled about. But they're also reframed harmonically. The melody of Milkshake uses the Phrygian mode, with its pre-chorus emphasizing the distinctive semitone between its first two notes. Peggy sidesteps any potential complications here by just lifting the verse, which limits itself to notes that are also in the more common natural minor scale. But then, as if he's reluctant to make things too simple for himself, he adds a synth harp on top that uses the contrasting harmonic minor scale. Here, as with the Think Break, he's playing about with his compositional building blocks, knocking them down and reassembling them in inventive ways. The Moorish unpredictability that results is a suitable match for the song's addictive premise. For more analysis, you can browse the playlist, subscribe, and support Apocopop on Patreon. See you next time.